Welcome in, my friends. It's year 19 of our experiment. I keep going like, is this the final year? Like, are they going to resign or retire or whatever? We had a lot of stuff to look at the end of last episode, but I want to ask you a question. I don't think it's any secret that I'm very heavily looking at doing a series in FM19 based on a database like this. Not necessarily this database. My understanding, this database has had some issues with like badges changing and weird setups and stuff like that. Like some of the pro rel in the 3rd division maybe didn't work. Something like that was broken. But I'm thinking about doing a series. Would you... I want to know your opinion. Would you rather see that series be a journeyman, right? Like jumping around in teams in whatever, however many tiers there are in the United States, or would you rather it be like pick a random like bottom tier, like the lowest in the pyramid we can go team, and taking them to the top? I'd like your thoughts on that. So leave a comment. But now that you've done that, because you can always pause and do that, let's go take a look at our players. But seriously, go do that if you haven't, because I want your opinion. I'm already planning for FM19. Lots of stuff. Here we go. We had people with contract. Oh, lots. Oh, changes, my friends. Well, a couple changes. But changes. Changes indeed. Chris Askew is now with Getafe. What? What's happening? Okay, so he was with Real Sociedad. He left on a free. Okay, so he was one of the ones that, like, his contract was up. And so he went to the Sounders for 5 games. And then they sold him for 250 grand. What? That's so bizarre. And he did well. He had 2 starts, 3 subs on a 6.93. And then he went, we'll have to see when this went through. And he said 1 substitute appearance on a 7.0. Physicals are starting to fall off a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where Getafe is. La Liga. Okay, so but I'm so... They sold him in January. So maybe they picked him up as a rotational player. He got 5 total games and was like, listen, I got to be playing. And they were like, sure. And then they flipped him back to Europe. His loyalty bonus is not half bad, my friend. Minimum release clause is 1.4 million. Don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I mean, you could have an amazing season, but like, can we be impressed that an American went back to America, right? So he left Spain, went back to America, and then they flipped him back to Spain. So he's like unretired out of Spain. That's amazing. Let's actually go take a look. Was he injured at any point? Okay, so he had pulled groin 7 days, gashed upper leg 8 days, but nothing serious in the last season. Let's take a look at the staff attributes. Okay, it's not good. That's actually quite good. Motivating, not at all, but super disciplined, attacking. Well, that makes sense. He's attacking midfielder slash striker, apparently. He plays all over the park. No caps, obviously. It's past time for Chris. Interesting. All right, Chris Carpenter still with Watford. Okay, they paid $7 million. He gets 16 appearances last season, 15 of those being starts. He's had 3 substitute appearances. Ooh, yeah. Can you smell it? It's the end coming, and the technicals are falling off. He's only got the marking and tackling left. Well, okay, crossing is also green. Oh man, it's not been a bad career though. He kind of got, stuck at Southampton. He was happy at Southampton, but that's still making 77 grand a week. It's not bad living. Not bad living. His contract's up and they're not going to renew it though. So again, that's what's going to, I think, make the end of this series interesting is going, are they going to get another club? Are they going to get another club? Like, are they going to keep playing till they're like 40? Or is it like, hey, I'm 35. I've made 77 grand a week for the last year. See you later. Josh Doler has moved on a free after 1, 2. Oh, I think I clicked the club. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seasons. He's left on a free to go to the competition. 22 starts, 9 subs, 2 goals, 4 assists on a 6.7. He's still playing actively on a backup contract. So that's interesting. I wonder if they had an injury to somebody. I mean, no offense, Josh, but like, that's not what you expect, right? When you're in a backup contract, you're not expecting 22 starts. So maybe they had somebody get injured, but they didn't want to like long-term commit. Well, he's committed to next season. Never mind. But he's also listed for $450,000. I'm very confused. He came in and did an all right job. Would prefer. He's mad at him now. After a decade, he walks away mad. Oh, that's actually kind of tragic. 60 caps, 8 goals. Had quite the good career there for the U.S. Had 5 substitute appearances at some point last season. Nothing this season. So is at the end of the road. Jason Duncan's still a backup. Oh, he's taking a contract cut last June, like literally right after the episode last time. He took a contract. Let's see, what did you get? You got $525,000, optional extension, 1-year extension after 5 games, and they dropped your pay from 175 to 69. I mean, to be honest, it's been like what 2, 3, 4 seasons as a backup on 175,000. You kind of can't blame him. New York City FC is interested though. Interesting. And he didn't have. Oh, they loaned him. Wait, loaned him and then recalled him maybe because he wasn't playing? That's weird because of how the league's set up. So I guess it was in the first half of the Saudi Arabian league. And then he came back. And then he's not had any international. We had 3 continental competition, 6.97. Did the job. I don't know why it shows 0 appearances. I guess it's 0 in the league, but those are important starts, you'd think. Maybe they loaned him out because their goalkeeper got hurt. Who knows? Staff attributes. Oh! Jason Duncan is a legend in goalkeeping coaching. He's got a future. Oh, I know Football Manager's not built for coaching journeymans, but I'd love to see him have a career. That would be really interesting. We'd start doing it in like 5 or 10 year increments, really, if that was the case. But I mean, I'd sign him, right? If you're looking for a goalkeeping coach, absolutely I'd sign him, right? Bargain. And he can cover some of the other areas too. Okay. I know Goodman's hanging in there at Oz. It's still in a first team contract. He's like, forget y'all. I'm playing full time. I'm the first team. I'm still making 18 and $750,000 a week. Because that's the easiest way to say that. I mean, and he is crushing it. Over a 7, 13 goals, 3 assists, 2 players of the match. I mean, surely by now he's a legend, right? We'll have to go take a look at that in a second. Technicals are staying up there. Mentals are good. Physicals are good. Contract's up, though. Doesn't have nope, doesn't have an extension built in. Will this be the end after this long career at AZ? Okay, let's go look. Is he a legend yet? I don't even know where you find that, to be completely honest with you. Where is that? Club information. Legend. Heino Goodman said, you are a legend at AZ. Congratulations. You're not even an icon. You are a legend. That is awesome. That is totally awesome. He's only worth $35,500. I mean, you could say they got a bargain when they paid $7.5 million. Look at all the goals. I mean, it's easier to count off the goals. So 11, 16, 17, 18 off of 165 is 147 goals for $7.5 million. And no less. Okay. That's a bad season. I think that was an injury or something like that. But once he got going, okay, so in the last, 10 seasons or so, no less than 10 goals in a season. That is solid. Kim Hanson. On contract until end of next season. 56 grand, 800K, 29 starts, 9 subs. First team contract, 13 caps. Hasn't got picked any more caps up. More games than last season. Okay, so had a little bit of a dip in his back. No goals. That's a little disappointing, but he's a defensive midfielder, so I mean, not really, but, you know. Interesting. Staff attributes. Yeah. How about Scott? Yeah. He's adaptable because he's been all over, right? He's picked every country he wanted to go to, but not the best. We looked at his staff attributes. What about Heine? Did I look at that? Oh, he's got some too. Not bad, you know. U19, U21 coach, something like that. That is awesome that he is a legend. We'll have to check the others because I'm guessing Arsenal's legends are more in depth, and they're not any of our players. Favorite personnel, not quite. What about Josh Doler and our back here? Let's go look. Come on. He was there for a long time and prolific. I mean, it wasn't over a 7, but, you know, he was there a long time. Did we look at Kim Hanson? You're probably thinking, like, yes, stop. Zabu Nation. Contracts up at the end of this, like the end of the calendar year, 105 grand. See, that was the problem, right? So, like, they've been talking about that during the World Cup is that it's really hard to get the Saudi Arabian players to leave because the money is so good, but the standard is so low. You know, it's like, well, you could go to England and make 20 grand a week. It's like, but I could stay here and make 105. Like, why on earth would I go to the Premier League or the Championship or, you know, what? It didn't have to be England. That was just the thing that came to mind. It could be the Bundesliga. It could be anywhere else. But it's like, you can make 105K as a first teamer. That is a massive contract. Only 5. Okay, but that's the league setup's weird. So he had 26 last year, but we're in the middle of the season. So he's only had 5 on a first team contract. So was he injured? Yes, 8 days, but that's it. So that's curious. Did he pick up any more caps anywhere? No. I think this is the end of the cap road for our guys. Again, for like a youth coach, right? Like a U19, U18, whatever it is. Just put him on defending. He can do the other things pretty well, but defending, he's determined. Not very motivating, you know, whatever. We'll have to see what happens to him because his contract's up in the middle of the year. Will they extend him or will he, you know, go on and do something else? So I don't know. I'm finding this very, very interesting. I know, you know, you guys gave me comments a couple episodes back. Oh, Carpenter's retiring. Oh, I wish I hadn't found that, but I'm kind of glad I did. That I say interesting a lot, but I do think it's interesting with the moves, the contracts ending. Askew going to the Sounders for 5 games and then going back to La Liga. That's so weird. He's retiring. Oh no! But that's just from playing, right? But he doesn't have any staff attributes. Oh no! Is Chris gonna be the first one to drop? All right, my friends, we'll have to see you next time. Check out this stuff over here. Again, remember that question at the beginning. If you haven't given me your thoughts on it, I'd love to hear from you in terms of what you'd like to see in FM19 with this kind of a database. And we'll see you next time. We're going to see if Chris Carpenter disappears. I guess I should mark, like, there's the thing in here. I was like, keep his history after retirement. Okay, I'm going to go do that to all the players so we don't lose them. All right, we'll see you next time. Have a good one.